So I'm out here exercising my government mandated, socially distant, daily exercise with a mask on. Makes it hard to breathe. If there's anything about this whole circumstance that I cannot wait to go away, it's this. Okay, so this is the deal. We're all cooped up. We've been cooped up for weeks now. It's been 4 weeks since my wife and I basically told ourselves and my son, hey, we're holding tough because he's out of school, not going back to school anytime soon, and so we're hunkered down for 4 weeks. All the bars are closed. All the restaurants are basically, dining rooms are closed. Everything's closed. You know this. We all know this. And a lot of people have taken that opportunity and said to themselves, hey, I'm going to do the most that I can with this time alone. I'm going to do everything I possibly can. I'm going to get all the projects finished. I'm going to talk to all my friends that I don't get to talk to. I'm going to Zoom call everybody. That's great if that's you. But what happened here is I already wrestle with this idea that I'm somewhere between an introvert and an extrovert. When I go out, I'm totally extroverted. When I go hang out with people, I'm totally into it. I get into the mode and we start doing events and stuff like that. I'm into doing events. I'm into meeting up with people. I'm into all that. But when we get into these modes where we're hunkered down, like we are now, I really pull into introversion. I really pull in. And so I go to extremes on both. And the problem is that this is an extreme. And so I haven't wanted to do anything. I don't want to do Zoom calls. I don't want to do external projects that exist outside the realm of this garage studio of mine. I just want to work on my stuff right now. And it's not that I just want to be selfish and I just want to work on my stuff. It's the idea that anything that falls outside of my protective space right now, the space that we've created for myself and my family, anything that falls outside of that, aside from the government mandated walks, of course, anything outside of that, I feel anxious about participating in. I'm supposed to be writing and sharing and posting on Clout. I have a podcast that I haven't touched in weeks because I don't want to talk with anybody. It's not that I don't want to talk with them. I just don't want to go out of my way to go through the rigmarole. And the idea of doing that gives me anxiety. Everybody is dealing with this situation differently. And I know that there are probably people that are like me, feeling the exact same way or relatively close to the same way that I'm feeling. And I know that there are people that are super productive and hanging out with all their friends digitally and doing all those things that they said they were going to do. I know that there's a spectrum here, and I just happen to fall into the spectrum that's like, hey, I'm good. I'm just going to do my thing until we're ready to do other things. And when those other things come up, like say when we do finally have our union art show that we are going to have, that was supposed to have happened by now, and we're sorry that it didn't happen, and we're sorry that the world changed and we weren't able to hold that. But we are going to hold that event. And when I go to that event, I'm going to be super stoked to be part of that event. I'll be super stoked to meet all the artists that we're going to display. I'm going to be super stoked to integrate all of those people into our circle of influence and open that circle of influence to other people. We still, as a group, want to grow and make art awareness important here in Long Beach. It's what we want to do. It's what I want to do. But it's a little bit on pause for me. I know it's still important. I know I still have an obligation to the rest of the people here on Clout. But there's a little bit of a need for me to take care, right? Self-care. Do what's important for me. The risk is that I let that become the norm. That's the risk. And so this video is my step toward something normal. This video, obviously, it's not me stepping into a Zoom video. It's not me stepping into a group of podcast episode. It's not me trying to reach out and do everything I can for the art community. It's me expressing myself in a way that I haven't expressed myself yet, and being open to the idea that it's okay to share this, because I'm sure that there's other people that feel the same way. And I'm not alone, and you're not alone. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This isn't going to last forever. It's already starting to kind of taper off. Yeah, I mean, there's probably still more occurrences of coronavirus happening lately in other places, even locally. And people are still being a little bit, irresponsible about it. But we'll get past it. We will get past this. And when we do get past it, there will be many, many things that we will interact with others on. And I'm looking forward to that time. But for the time being, I got paintings to finish. I got cans that I need to paint for that. I got a lot of projects. I've been making these hats. Check this out. So I've been making these hats. I made this hat. Hold on. A while back, I made this hat. And I made this hat strictly for the reason of not wanting to put paint in my hair in the studio, because I have this tendency to do this while I'm in the studio. And I didn't want to do that anymore, so I made this hat. And then I started getting up on like TikTok video, a live video, whatever, and people would ask me like, hey, where'd you get the hat? And I said, I made the hat. And they said, oh, I would totally like to have one of those hats. I was like, okay, whatever, and I didn't do anything about it. And then this one's getting a little grungy and dirty and nasty, and I said, okay, I'm gonna make myself a new hat. So I made this hat, and I made this hat. And more people said, Dave, I want a hat like that. And I was like, okay, I'll do this. I'll take this opportunity. I'll come away from the other projects like the canvas and the cans and all the other stuff. I'll come away from those and I'll just make a hat and see what happens. And somebody bought a hat. And then somebody saw that hat and bought a hat. And then somebody saw that I bought another hat and they bought another hat. And now I've sold more hats. It's so weird. I've sold art hats to people that I had no idea would have ever bought anything from me. So what it comes down to is that this project, the hat project, was something that kind of came about while I was here, doing this thing, doing my thing, holding my phone fort. And so things do happen, good things happen in these circumstances. They're just not going to happen the same way for everybody. Long story short, folks, that's why I haven't been as involved as I should have been, and that will change. And I understand if you haven't been involved in whatever it is you're supposed to be involved in, that may change. And for those of you who are waiting for us to get involved, well, yeah, be patient. We'll get there. We'll make this happen, and we'll turn this into something cool, and we'll all learn good lessons, and we'll all turn around and make some great art in the future. Might not be on a canvas, might be on a hat, but we're still out here making the art, right? All right. Thanks everybody for paying attention and to my little rant, and thanks to my cohorts here at Art Clout. I appreciate Dave and Carol and Stephanie for being by my side on this and being open-minded to me not being very open. Anyway, that's it, folks. I'm gonna take off. I hope you guys are great. Long Beach will persevere. We will persevere. That's the hope I gotta have, right? Anyway, if you get a chance, go get some sunshine. Vitamin D is excellent for this anxiety, I promise. Anyway, thanks it. Remember, be good today, be better tomorrow. See you.